Art of all kinds is my passion. Not just doing artistic things on my own, but I enjoy going to art museums. I enjoy music and dance and all kinds of performance art. And of course, most of the art I enjoy is the written word. So, art is definitely a passion of mine. And I think, like most people with artistic interests, I don't just focus on doing one type of art, for example, writing my books, because even though I enjoy writing a lot and I am considering myself a literary professional at this point because I am a full time writer, I do like to play around with the graphic arts and design sometimes. And I've mentioned that I have been working on a logo for my Restless Spirits series. So, book one of Restless Spirits, Passion Restored, is already out. And let me see if I can do this without blocking the cover. So, I did not design the cover for this. This was done by someone that I found on a site called 99 Designs. It is affiliated with Vistaprint, and I did a cover design contest, and I really love how this cover turned out. I will be doing a design contest for book two very soon. So I'm hoping to reach out to the same designer who did this cover to see if they would be interested in doing book two. I'm hoping to maybe set up a relation with them so that I can get all six of my books designed by this person, and that way they can all be um, not exactly alike, but related to show that they are a series. And I'm very happy with how this book turned out. I think I may have mentioned before, I didn't design the cover, but the photograph in the background of Virginia City is one that I took because I do enjoy photography. And it was fun because it was early in the morning and I was standing in the middle of C Street because there was no traffic. So I got a very nice photo. So obviously, photography is another one of my artistic interests. But today's discussion is really about creating the logo for my Restless Spirits series. So I spent today working on a little bit of the logo design. I started this logo quite a while ago, actually, before I released Passion Restored last year. And I've been going back and forth about how I wanted to do it. But what I did was I started out with a pencil and paper sketch. Now I will hold this up, but I'll also pop in a picture so that you get a little bit of a closer view and a better idea of what it looks like. But my pencil sketch is basically it's a tombstone, a stone column with a cross, and then I used that as the base of the letter R, and then I drew freehand some ghosts to create the loops of the letter R. I also wound another spirit around the bottom as the S, so it will say Restless Spirits. Excuse me. And I really like that image, so I did add a few extra details, which you can see in the close-up view that I show you. A tree and another headstone. But I don't know that that is the particular logo I will be using. As I said, that was pencil on paper. And then what I did was I transferred that, or I traced that onto tracing paper. And I have some small canvases sitting around the house. So this morning, I used the tracing paper to do an outline of the logo on a piece of canvas, and then I used art crayon to create this version. So you can see, again, we've got the column headstone here and the ghosts wrapped around it, and then it says Restless Spirits. This does look rough, and I wanted it to look that way on purpose because I want to evoke the idea of someone doing a rubbing of a headstone. So I've always been fascinated by the idea that people will go to cemeteries. Usually, if they're looking for an ancestor, they will take a rubbing on a piece of paper. And that's what I tried to do with this canvas. I think it actually turned out pretty well. And I'll give you a little bit of a closer view of that. I'll also pop the image on the screen so that you can see what it looks like. But my plan is to have this at our upcoming book events as just something on the table of interest that might draw people over so they'll come over and see what it looks like. And then I can talk about my books and my book series. So I really enjoyed working on this. Got, crayon all over my hand. I was all black and smudged. I always feel like I have been creating when I do something like that. So that's basically what I've been working on today with my art. Now, doing my logos are not the only things I like to draw. I've also drawn, I love drawing roses in particular because I'm very fond of roses. JT is always getting me bouquets. And I normally will take a photo of each bouquet, but I have a very vivid recollection of what the rose looks like, the anatomy of a rose, you might say. So I enjoy drawing the petals and the stem and the little leaves. And that's one of my favorite things to draw just for fun. Then every once in a while, I'll just randomly start sketching something, and I'm not sure exactly how it will turn out because I don't have an idea in mind. But in this case, I was apparently thinking about farms. And this is a color pencil sketch on paper of a barn with a little landscape and a tree. And I like drawing things like that. I also have a chalkboard in my kitchen. I'll pop up a picture of that so that you can see what I do. Normally, I will draw a little something for holidays, for just generic months. I will come up with something random. So I can show you that for May, I drew a maybe, maybe. And I had a lot of fun with that too. I did use a reference photo, but obviously my sketch didn't come out looking the way the photo did because it's my sketch. Or I don't think it was a photo. I think it was actually a graphic design because it's not an actual bee. It's like, it's not anatomically correct to a bee. It's more of a cartoony version. But two of my favorite sketches are ones that I did in 1997. And I did them after both Princess Diana and Mother Teresa had passed away. They passed away within days of each other. Diana died on August 31st, 1997, and Mother Teresa died on September 5th, 1997. And I'm very proud of how these turned out because I think they are a good representation of the people that I was sketching. What I did to link the two people together was that I took the colors from Mother Teresa's robes for her order, and I used them for the outfit that I put on Princess Diana, basically a hat. It's a little bit like a headscarf with a kind of a brim. I don't know if it was a one piece, if it was something I had seen her wearing at some point, but it is, the color scheme matches that of Mother Teresa. So you can see these here. And also I will pop up a photo of Mother Teresa that I may have used as reference for the sketch that I drew. It was one that I found on Wikipedia. And I think I got pretty close to what Mother Teresa actually looked like. And as an artist, of course, I know I'm never going to get an exact version of someone. I'm trying to evoke that person's personality, I guess, through my image. So I think that the pinnacle of my art hobby at this point, and it's something I did 29 years ago, would be these sketches of Princess Diana and Mother Teresa. So you can see I have been doing some sketching over the years. I entered a sketch in a local contest at one point. I drew a dog skiing. I don't remember what the actual art contest was meant to be, but I got an award for it, and I will pop an image of that up as well. It's something that's been framed, and it shows that I won, I think it was the most buff award for my ski dog. And that was something else that I really enjoyed drawing. So I am not a professional artist by any stretch of the imagination, but I do feel like I enjoy drawing and sketching and also photography, like I said, because having the photo that I took on the cover of my book makes me very happy. I'm looking for a photo to see if I can give that to the cover designer for book 2 to serve kind of as a backdrop. So today has been more of a visual arts day than a literary arts day, even though the logo that I've been working on is related to my book series. So in a sense, I guess it's a little bit of both. I also, I don't recall if I mentioned, this is the third time I've tried to record this video. So if I haven't already mentioned it, I also did a computerized version of the logo where I went on to Publisher, which is a Microsoft program that is going to stop being supported later this year, to my incredible frustration because I like using Publisher. But I did the same logo design in Publisher, then I uploaded that to Canva, and I created an image that I may put on bookmarks and may use for social media and things like that to help promote my Restless Spirits series. So it all ties together. It's all creative, it's all fun, and I enjoy doing all of it. So it is something that I like to share, and I think my love of drawing and sketching goes back to elementary school. I recall the teacher wheeling in the big TV. I don't know if we did it weekly or monthly or what it was. I think there was a program on PBS or something like that where they would show you how to do, basically, gosh, I'm losing words again. Create things like cubes, perspective. That's what I was trying to think of. Give your drawing some perspective. So you can see, for example, with my barn, I obviously did not just draw it as a square. I drew it so that it looks like it is perched on the hillside, and I don't think I really got the perspective correct, but that's okay because I just did it for fun. But I do recall those days in class when we were given the crayons and paper, and that was back in the days when you would go to school and you would have supplies on your desk at the beginning of the school year. Though now I'm not sure if that was something the teachers provided or if it was provided by the school district. But either way, we would have been given crayons and paper, and we were allowed to do these art classes weekly, monthly. I don't remember how often. Oh gosh. I think I need to finish this up. I'm still pretty tired from yesterday. I did spend a lot of time working out in the garden and am a bit sore, which is one of the reasons I decided to work on graphic design today, because I couldn't really do much else physically. So I hope you enjoy, or at least find interesting, some of the graphic and artistic things that I have done. Like I said, I do not consider myself a professional graphic designer or visual artist. I do consider myself a professional literary artist, but that could be a matter of some debate to some other people. I mean, what is a professional? I am trying to do the literary arts for financial gain, if that makes me a professional. So if I ever tried to sell my artwork, who knows? But it is something that I enjoy, and I enjoy sharing it with others. So thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to chatting with you again tomorrow. I'm Cassidy Carson, and this is The Life of a Writer. Take care.